say that's something that we need to look at and maybe.
I mean, the board's looking for constructive comments, just what you guys.
Well, you know, that's
give
what
us
I'm
for that.
saying, maybe a survey from, you know, just our, you know, our volunteers and see what they have to say. And why are they not running? You know, maybe a temporary survey.
Chief Salmons, back there.
Well, we're actually discussing this now at our last two business meetings. We tried to come up with the pay-per-call, what gets paid, what don't get paid, I mean, who gets it, who don't, you know, cause, you know, some calls I might have 15 people show up and some I might have one, me. So, you know, that's the debate. I really wanna answer something said as general consensus of who gets paid, who don't, so I can go to them, but, medical costs for me is killing me, you know, and, you know, originally we were setting it up to do the fire recovery, to help fund that. Well, then we said if we do that, then why pay a medical call that's not getting the fire recovery money? So, I don't know, the staffing of the station, I'd love to see everybody get staffed, but I just don't think it's feasible money-wise, so.
Thank you. Bring from one nose back there.
You tried to add it.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, sir, being my first time as chief, I learn this stuff as I go. Last year, we just started paying the members for showing up. I do see ups and downs in it. The ups part is when one firefighter got a check bigger than the other one, so, you know, it kind of draws it in a little bit. Like you said earlier, how do you pay that person that's responding when you already got a truck en route? When I was on Jackson, the chief over there at the time, when we did it, was if you already had a truck en route, but if you still came to the station, whether it be a wreck, fire, medical, but you stand there, whether you just help get the truck in service or you was just there until that crew got back, they got half of what that firefighter got going to that call, working that call. Sometimes I got a lot more response that way when I was over at Jackson. But here in Winona, we just started the stipend deal this last year. You know, a lot of people made a little bit of money, some didn't, but it's got something. We got the on-call list over there, and it's still got some bugs in it we're working out, but as far as that, I don't really know about it.
Thank you. Dale, it's your turn.
Yeah, I've been talking to our department, trying to do stuff at night, because we're having trouble going home. So, I mean, medical was, like I say, it's the worst one. Some guys just wanna get up at night, and if we start staffing our station at night, that's gonna make it worse. They're not gonna run, I can tell you that. So, for them to run it, they are, like I say, we are giving that stipend money to them, but it's basically just like, he's going the same way. There's certain 2 or 3 that's gonna be making most calls, so they're gonna get the biggest amount of money, where the other one's not. That's just something that we tell them, if you want more, you need to try to run more. I agree with Chief Stone, and I think we need to try to do a survey for our guys and see what they would like to see in turn to try to help out and get them to want to respond more better on that road.
Thank you. Richard, I say you for last.
Thank you.
You got some opinions?
I've talked to several of the chiefs here over the last few months, and I think all of us are having a problem with EMS calls tonight. Nobody showing up.
Yeah.
I have been talking to my firemen regularly about please show up. Even if you don't have EMS certification, a set of hands is good. I'll just tell you, this hasn't happened since 4 o'clock yesterday morning, where the EMS call went out, and not a single fireman responded on a cardiac arrest. But Tim Stone and myself responded, not in our district. So it's a problem that all of us are sharing. I'm looking at, hearing, well, somebody said, let's give the firemen $10, fire calls $10, for EMS $5. I understand that, yet 80% of our calls, 80% of the costs historically in the United States are EMS related. So we've got to take that into consideration. I don't know what to do about it. I just know that I'm getting tired of making calls by myself. And night over and over and over, and I know the other chiefs are doing the same thing. I think Tim's idea of a survey has some merit, but then we may hear some things from we don't want to hear.
Opinion noted.
I mean, we've had an open and frank conversation tonight. And I think if you will follow up meeting with the chiefs and come back to us later, I see some good merits for that. Terry, anything else before I move on to another item agenda?
Other than following up on that, how long y'all wanna like think about it for a week or so, and then we'll have a chiefs meeting and try to just sit and discuss. When we have a chiefs meeting, guys, look, we gotta go in this with an open mind, because nobody has the answers, I can see that. So we think about it. And John,
We need to do that survey.
okay, we'll give us 2 weeks to get the survey
Yeah,
done.
so good 2 weeks.
Each chief's responsible for it. I guess, John, you can, Kelsey can kind of begin to head that up for the survey, and then, do you want to present it out to the chief before we send it out for y'all to proofread or anything, or?
You go get the battalion chiefs, kind of get some kind of survey, something, is that what you just said?
Well,
We get a bunch of surveys, it's called Survey Monkey at school. I'm telling you, that's the name of it.
It is the name
I don't know nothing.
But you get an email to take this survey, and you go on there and you take the survey, and then it compiles all the data for you, and you look at a data report.
Well, it sounds like the.
You gonna be the survey monkey, huh?
I know how to take it, I don't know how to develop it, that sounds like an IT guy.
All right,
Raise your hand, Larry, come on.
we'll work through all that then.
If the district chiefs get some questions together, we'll get Larry put it into the survey monkey.
If y'all have questions you want, email them to me or John, and we'll get them to Larry.
That's the main thing, is only those are the questions you want.
Survey monkey
Yeah.
is.
But I need a paper copy, some of my guys still can't get
All
on
of their firefighters.
system and stuff.
Larry already have that.
We've already got it for all of ours.
Not all.
Yeah, well,
Most.
some people don't have it.
Valid email address.
Man.
Should have it, they're active.
Sorry, man.
Get on the computer though.
I'm not a volunteer, am I?
All right, we'll get that moving forward then, to do the survey, and tell them to be brutally honest.
I would suggest reaching out to Chris Barron at SFFMA. I know they've had large departments that have gone through this type of thing with surveys in the past. There's probably a survey we can steal from somebody instead of trying to reinvent the wheel.
Now, let's make our own, something that's unique for us, because, I mean, we can look at theirs and see what else is out there and see kind of some of the same issues, but let's make something that,
I would tell you, surveys are very tricky in wording. You can
Oh, I
word
know.
the question improperly and you will not get the results you want.
I don't know, but we need something that's gonna be for Smith County.
Okay, the main thing is that everybody needs to understand that this is something that's a serious thing we've gotta work on. And if we don't have our volunteers, we might as well shut the freaking doors. And so we've got to figure this out. We've gotta figure out what we can do to bring the volunteers back into being an integral part of the volunteer fire department, because that's what it is still, volunteer fire department. Yeah, we supplement, we're a combination, but the volunteers are what carries the department. Yeah, we're looking at possibly, I mean, we got a grant in for some manning to maybe man some stations, you know, I don't know, that's just, I mean, it's money out there to try to get, but we've got to get this taken care of. So, we're working towards it. And everybody just chill out, let's work on it. As far as anything else from Parker County, I mean, anything pertinent, I mean,
They're making sure.
Maintenance facilities on
Yeah.
housing.
Yeah.
that's coming up. I
Oh,
think
that's
we
next.
can cover that in the next deal.
just some of their apparatus stuff, you know, they made a move